my players. First up, I have Ivar Goldcrest, played by.
Ryanaga, and Ivar is a gray dwarf who happens to also be an Eldritch Knight.
All right, and then we have Sylvia, played by.
A very sleepy Cerulean, and Sylvia is, as always, a human sword hybrid.
Okay. Then we have Raz, played by.
Um, Will, and Raz is an elvish half-elf bard.
Uh-huh. And last but not least, we have Azure, played by.
Starmie 827, and Azure is a half-elf paladin.
All right. Um, so the last time we got together, the party had been doing a lot of exploration in the northern section of the dungeon. They'd revealed a lot of the map up there and evaded a couple of fights. Um, at this point, um, let me see, where's that? There it is. And elite token. One of the party had fallen to a most devious trap, and the party, quite saddened, is going to have to move on. So you have two options for ways out of here. There are doors to the south and a set of double doors to the east. Where would you guys like to explore next?
Perception rolls? Just thinking about that.
Oh, yes, yes. Everybody roll perception.
Characteristically terrible roll from me.
Hmm. Okay. So somebody take the lead and move your token next to a place to explore.
Maybe the east.
Yeah, I was going to say this. Eh, bottom door first.
That works.
Okay. Let's see what we got in here.
Maybe we'll find a Duergar friend in there.
Okay, so put that there. And then there's mask mode.
All
Okay.
for killing mind flayers.
So, when you peer through the, hold on a second. Shit, where did it go? Okay. When you peer through the door, there's an empty hallway, and it veers off to the east. You don't hear anything from the passageway ahead. Um, so yeah.
Since Okuru is off doing things, I will cast invisibility on myself and sneak up ahead.
Okay. Place yourself. Okay.
Sylvia's gonna roll stealth too.
I'm so stealthy I don't have a token.
Not yet. Okay. And then like so, and like so. All right. So one. Okay. Now I gotta reveal like this. Inside of this room, there are a number of racks. Cobwebs enshroud the rows of old weapon racks, and many of which have completely collapsed under their own weight. They've been here so long that they've just rotted in their construction. Um, there is a door to the south, and it has a hand axe embedded um, in the side of the door that has the hinges, preventing the door from being opened. Um, and you hear a sort of shuffling on the other side.
Raz is going to head towards the door and just say, "Hello, is anyone in there?"
Aware that that will disrupt his stealth roll, yes?
That's fine.
Okay.
They'll still be invisible.
Why, it sounds like there's a Daragar on the other side of the door. He seems to have been trapped here by former evil party members who left him to rot in the closet.
Do you need any help to get out?
Yes, he does, because the door is stuck.
Haleth, could you do me a favor, honey? I have arms that are akin to noodles.
Oh. Haleth comes down and yanks on the hand axe. Um, actually, just for haha's sake. Uh, so Haleth tugs on the hand axe, and he's tugging pretty hard, and in so doing, he actually tugs free the handle of the hand axe, leaving just the head stuck in the door. He gives it another shot and manages this time to use that same handle to whack the head of the axe from above, finally causing it to become disjarred from the door. So once it opens, blink, there's a little dwarf inside, but above and beyond the dwarf, there is a 1 foot thick, 5 foot diameter stone sharpening wheel set into the floor. And there is a pedal opposite Ivar in the southwestern corner of the room that looks like it would cause the hand axe sharpening wheel to go.
Who the hell are you guys?
You don't know, but they seem trustworthy.
A disembodied voice says, "We're adventurers, just like you. I'm also invisible. Nice to meet you. Not permanently. Just right."
Oh. So you
Uh,
like you are you here to kill mind flayers? Because I heard they're further down here.
Well,
I
no,
mean,
we're here to rescue you, obviously.
we're here to do a lot of things, but I mean, we could do that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
If you would like to kill mind flayers, that's probably on our list of things to do eventually. You can totally join our party. We're down a party member.
I wonder how that happened. Someone must have been really stupid.
Just a
Nah,
bit.
it was an ingenious trap. Nothing on our party member.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this space.
Anyone want to test the sharpening stone, Haleth?
Oh,
Oh,
Haleth
how
moves over and
I don't think he's got anything to sharpen.
presses his foot against against the pedal. It depresses, and you can hear a mechanical grinding, but the wheel does not move. So he ceases depressing it with his foot. He tries it once or twice more. It makes that same horrible noise, which seems to echo throughout the corridors, and then he decides, nope, it's not working.
Huh, can we try and fix it?
Uh, it would be rather difficult. So if you pull up the pedal underneath the floors, you find that in order to get at it, you would have to be pixie sized, or really spend a lot of time like prying off all of the floor plates around it, and it would take substantial effort.
Oh, well, that seems like work.
Hmm.
Shall we continue on then?
Indeed, you
Might as well.
shall.
And
Let's see
now I'm
here.
glad that we went this way and not the other way because our party is full sized.
Indeed. So this is what room is this? 12. Okay.
Also, Christine, did you redo my spell sheet a little bit? Because I realize now I did not know I had blessed for free.
You bless for free? What does that mean?
I honestly didn't know that.
For some reason, bless is now showing as magic initiate, and I get to cast it once per day for free.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh yeah, that's. Well, I asked you that what your magic initiate spell was, and you told me it was that one. So
Yeah, that's true. I just didn't know that that magic initiate gave it to me for free once per day, which is nice.
yeah, no, it's a useful extra like tool in your toolbox.
Sweet. My point was thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. So, you guys stroll down the hallway, and when you get to the big set of double doors, let's see here. Hmm. Uh, oh, Oh, okay. You make it to the big set of double doors on the. Based on a 18. Okay. On the other side, you can hear a gentle rhythmic breathing. It's not especially loud. You kind of press your ear up against um, the crack in the door, and that's how you're able to hear it. But anyways, the doors don't really seem to be locked, and there's definitely something presumably alive on the other side.
Would would opening a door count as an action
Um,
in regards to breaking invisibility?
oh yeah, it would. Somebody else is gonna have
All
to
right,
do it.
all right. The Grey Dwarf will do it.
I'm gonna cast the guidance so you can do it stealthily.
Why, thank you.
Oh wait, no, casting a spell loses my.
Oh yeah, I
Damn
should
it,
roll
never
stealth
mind.
though.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot I'm in armor. Whoops.
So the
Clank, clank, clank.
the kitchen marches over to the door, um, rattling all the way, and once it makes it to the door, um, Ivar gives a push on the door, and all of a sudden, a massive green light etches out a symbol onto the door as you're pressing it, and it's about to open. And as the symbol etches itself into it, the light flares, and all of a sudden, you have to roll a DC 22. Is this what type of saving throw is this? I think it's Wisdom. So roll me a Wisdom saving throw, Ivar.
Oh man. Okay.
Sorry.
Oh.
Oh, this character has uh, effects against char. I don't know what this is. You said wisdom, so
Mhm.
what does he have?
Under
Uh,
abilities.
illusions, charm, and paralyze. There it is.
Okay. Unfortunately for you, none of those are
Oh,
actually the
lovely.
effect. It's something far, far more frightening to a dwarf such as yourself. When the light glows and spreads out and covers your body, your coin purse becomes completely empty.
You're right. That is worse. Wow.
So once the green
Somewhere, somewhen, a paladin of wealth is crying.
Yeah.
How much GP did you just lose?
none, his
However
character
much.
had none.
Yeah.
Oh.
How much his own character had. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, but still, that is the actual effect, and there was no way to convey it otherwise. So, anyways, um, the door stopped being pushed open because, of course, you panicked and
Mhm.
seeing your life flash before your eyes. Um, so the door is actually barely open a crack, and only one of the doors has been pushed, and you actually have a really good view of the rune that has been etched into the door, and it's amazing because it was completely invisible up until the moment you touched it.
Hmm.
Anyways, now that the light has expanded to cover you, there doesn't seem to be any magic power left in it, at least as far as you can tell from looking at it.
Sylvia already had rolled Arcana and failed horribly to identify the rune.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Anybody else
Yes.
going to roll or? Oh my. So this actually seems to be something absolutely unique
Hmm.
to this dungeon. It said that Halaster, being this crazy archmage, has learned some of the secrets of the giant's ability to craft runes. And as such, he is able to create his own runes, runes that never existed before, and this seems to be one of them.
Hmm.
Now, here's the thing that's most interesting about it. You assumed, of course, once you figured out and made the connection that this rune was one of his elder runes, you assumed that there was some unbelievably powerful magic behind it. But in looking through everything that went into constructing it, you discovered that it's actually a variation on the symbol spell. Symbol, symbol. This rune is called Savaros. It is the Elder Rune of Goblin Kind. And there's more. This rune has a Bane effect, which caused all non-magical coins and gems on the target's person to vanish,
Hmm.
and a Boon effect. The rune magically summons a goblin, which appears in an unoccupied space within 20 feet of the target. The goblin is rude to everyone except the target and obeys the target's command. It vanishes in a puff of smoke if it drops to 0 hit points. So now that you know this rune, if anybody in the party comes across the symbol spell, you can add this to the list of effects that you can create using that spell. And if you find more Elder Runes, you could potentially greatly increase the power of the symbol spell itself. Hopefully, the rest of them will not be as lame as this one, but yeah. Anyways, having looked it
Very
over,
interesting.
you are absolutely certain that there is no way that this rune is any longer dangerous. It's just the burnt out husk that remains on the door after its initial casting. So you are safe to open the door for real this time.
All right, that's what I will do.
Okay.
Oh, I guess probably should have confirmed what the hell you are, but we'll figure that out. I just assumed you were a pet.
Let's see. What was I?
Oh, did
Lost
I
the
not
thing.
say who I was? Or maybe I didn't.
I thought you
Hmm.
introduced yourself.
Oh yeah, I meant it in character.
Right. I guess I didn't.
Uh,
Well, yeah, we'll come across it.
okay. Give me just a second longer. I'm trying to make sure I got all the space in here revealed I'm supposed to. Oh, and actually, there's a little bit more right here. Yeah. Okay. So now that you open this door, on the other side, there's a truly massive room. Um, there is a creature on the far side of the room, and it is atop a large pile of soiled, torn tapestries and curtains intermixed with humanoid bones and broken bits of stone, serving as a bed for this creature. Now, the
Hmm.
creature itself is large. Um, it has a head like a lion and teeth like a shark, with draconic or bat-like wings and a tail that has razor spines. It looks unbelievably unfriendly, and the instant you open the door, it immediately comes to attention and looks at the party with hunger. You might want to roll initiative.
Yeah, I'm fully expecting to do some critical failure this session.
I wish you luck with that.
Okay, if
So,
if everyone looks at the notes section, I added in a notes for Elder Runes that we have just.
Good
Oh,
thinking.
thank you.
oh, it's Savaros with a V, like Valerie.
Okay, thank you.
hmm Oh, also the goblin can be commanded as if it were a summoned monster. Close that. Anyways, once you're done with that, you're up first.
I think Hal needs a net.
I'm leaving him at the initiative that he's at. He's
Yeah,
just
let's
going to
leave
be
him in
there
front of
forever.
the scary monster so he can be our meat shield.
Okay, so
Okay.
Raz is still invisible, so Raz
Mhm.
is just going to walk.
Okay. This is going to take some time to reveal the room. Loop. Let me try this. That work? That's a little bit better. And then here. Okay, and then here. And here. And then this part's going to be mildly annoying. Then here. And then this side. Loop. Okay. And now that you do that,
Oh.
it seems there are yet more monsters in the space. They have become attentive since the first creature noticed the opening of the doors. Um, and yeah, they haven't acted yet, of course. Anything else you'd like to do?
Nope, because if I take an action, it breaks invisibility, so I'm just going to move. So, oh wait, no, actions don't. So I'm going to take the dash action and keep moving,
Okay.
and I'll be right there.
You can identify from invisibility, right?
Oh, correct, I can. Thank you.
Okay.
Arcana. Is it Arcana or Nature?
Oh, it's Arcana. Um, you are afraid that these might be polar bears, and it fills you with dread.
Thank you.
He's not here. Haleth is up. He should be here, so 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and yes. Okay. So he moves forward, and then actually, since can't do anything anyways, let's have him dash. 5, 10, 20, 25, 30. So he moves towards the northern creature. And then one of these creatures gets to go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay. Oh, huh. Oh, okay. So the creature is going to flick its tail at Sylvia once, twice, 3 times, and amazingly gets absolutely terrible rolls, not even remotely close. And then it is time for creature number 2. So
Is its tail 40
5.
feet long? Jesus.
You
No,
mean the
it's
range?
probably
The range for
tail
it?
spike looking.
I think you mean the range for it. Yes, it does reach at least
Right.
40 feet. 5, 10, 25, 30, 35.
Also, do I count as being
Oh,
in cover behind a statue?
That is a good point. I had not considered that. I should have. I'll take it into account going forward. You were saying, Ivar?
Mr. DM, I am wielding a pole arm and I have Sentinel and pole arm mastery, so
Okay.
with reach.
So I should move him back 1 square and wait to see what happens?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it.
It's number 2? Or
Yes.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yay, he stopped. Okay.
Okay. The creature comes rampaging around the corner, and it pushes past its ally, attempting to be the first one to get at tender victuals. And as it comes around the corner, you of course hear this horrific racket. Wield your pole arm and manage to stop it dead in its tracks. The creature shrieks in pain, and then whirls onto you like a savage animal. It attempts to bite you. Um, can't make it through your armor. And then it whips out a nasty claw, and then it attempts to hit you with its other forepaw and misses, bouncing off your armor. Um, so now it's creature three's turn. 5, 10, 15, 20. 25, 30. So it goes around, attempts to get past Haleth, which it ultimately will, whether he hits or not. But he gets an attack off on it in the interim. That's not good
Yeah.
for that poor creature. Whew.
Nice.
Yeah. So Haleth really gives a wind up on his fist as the creature is coming by and punches it in the back flank. And the creature howls in pain and then sort of stumbles to a stop in front of Ivar. And once he gets there, again tries to bite you. Manages to get his mouth around you for 6 points of piercing damage, swings his forepaw and his other forepaw.
Oh, I can shield that, I believe.
Okay,
I will burn a spell slot for shield.
okay. Um, so just as it would have hit you, your hands bring into existence a teal shield, and the claws scrabble at it harmlessly while the creature roars in frustration. And it also slavers with a lot of spittle and blood. Azor, you are up.
I'm gonna roll to identify. Ha, never mind.
You've got it. These are dire badgers.
I was gonna say penguins, but okay.
I mean, it could have been. I mean, dire penguins are not savage enough to be these creatures. It's definitely dire badgers.
Oh, I
All
don't
right,
know, man. Have you ever seen those penguins?
I have.
wait, swing
Those
at number 2.
flippers.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna burn a smite too.
Despite their massive size, the creatures are a little bit agile, and you manage to catch them on the backswing. And woof! Your sword explodes in light as the creature is impacted and wounds open up upon it. Anything
And
else?
nope, that's it.
Okay. Sylvia, you are up.
All right, I'm going to start off with a Arcana roll.
Okay.
Yay, we finally
Nice.
got it.
Hmm. Well, it's definitely not a dire badger. You figured it out now.
Or a grizzly bear?
It's not a
Or va-
grizzly bear either, though that was a much closer guess.
Ah, haha.
These are manticores. They're monsters in every sense of the word. A manticore has a vaguely humanoid head, the body of a lion, the wings of a dragon, a bristling mane that stretches down the creature's back, and its long tail ends in a cluster of deadly spikes that can impale its prey at an impressive range. Um, manticores are often fond of working together to take down particularly large or dangerous creatures, sharing the meal once a kill is made. It begins an attack with its volley of tail spikes, and then it lands and uses its claws and bite When outdoors and outnumbered, it uses its wings to stay aloft, attacking from a distance, or until its spikes are depleted. Um, Anyways, the actual stat information. These creatures are very evil. They have the ability to fly, of course. They have dark vision. They are about as intelligent as a 5-year-old with tactics to match. And let's see here. Mm, you actually managed to recall that manticores have exactly 24 tail spikes. A little bit of information you picked up in your days at school. It was on a test. Once it uses all 24 of those tail spikes, it has to take a long rest in order to regenerate them. But 8 hours is sufficient to regrow all 24. Yeah, and that's all
Does
the
it have
info.
does it have any resistance or immunity to fire?
Nope, it has no resistances or immunities whatsoever.
Okay. Uh,
Oh, and there's one other little tidbit that you recall. While these creatures are, moderately dangerous, uh, their hides are about as thick as a lion or a bear's skin. So, yeah.
so what I'm seriously thinking of doing is repeating the choke point tactics that we did last time
I don't remember those, but by all means.
with the flaming sphere.
Yeah, you could try that.
Okay. Just as long as they don't get past you guys and the sphere.
Well, they are capable of flight.
Sorry, say that again?
They can
They can
fly.
fly.
Frick, and they could get through that passage. So I think instead of that, I'm going to cast Mind Spike, but I'm going to upcast it. Well,
Okay.
I have to upcast it. But... No, wait, I can't. Blech, I'm dumb.
Take your time. It's only life or death.
I'm going to go after number 2.
Okay.
That's the one that Ivar stabbed, right?
Azor stabbed it with a radiant blade that did a significant amount of damage. I think Ivar may have hit it as well.
Okay.
Actually, I'm certain he did.
Really? Alright, it takes half damage from this.
Okay. Okay. You fire off a mind spike, but the creature, of course, has a limited mind to speak of in the first place, and as such, there is not an awful lot to damage. It shakes its head for a little bit, and blood trickles out of its ear. The creature is bloodied.
Before the end of my turn, I'm going to use 2 healing dice on Ivar.
Okay. That's a bonus action, right?
Yep. You
Woo!
get 11 hit points back.
Okay.
Oh, got it.
All right.
Okay. So next,
And that's it.
all right. Next up is Ivar.
I will. Hmm. I was going to use second wind, but now I don't have to. Looks like I can hit either one melee, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
Don't you also have 10-foot reach?
I do. It's just a little confusing to me because I've never seen 2 like giant monsters in a corridor like that. And okay,
Yeah.
I don't want to hit Azure while I'm trying to swing it.
Right, and they're squeezed in there like the Three Stooges. So.
Yeah, it's a little goofy.
Nyeh, nyeh, nyeh.
So attacking number 2. Oh, good.
First blow was a hit for pretty decent damage.
All right, I will attack number 2 again. Nice.
Oof.
There we go.
Whoa. This time you stab at the manticore again. You catch it in a new spot, but you sink your halberd very deep into its skin. That skin is not very good protection at all.
Now I'm going to use my... Oh, sorry.
No, I was just narrative nonsense. Go
Oh,
ahead.
okay. I'm going to use my bonus action with the feet to stab it with the blunt end.
Oh, okay.
And that misses. All right, now I'm going to use my... not second wind. What's the other thing it's called? Yes. What do fighters have where they get another action? Action surge. That's it.
Action surge, yeah.
I'm learning. So I'm action surging to attack number 2 again.
You still hit.
Wow. I thought that was a miss for sure.
All right.
Ooh, nice.
So this time, when you thrust the head of the halberd forward, you manage a glancing blow off the creature's skull. It doesn't look like it sinks that deep, but you must have hit its brain at some point because the creature just slumps over and dies.
Okay, and then I get that last attack on... What is it, 1 or 3?
Well, you can
Oh,
still move if you want to.
I could,
Yeah.
but I think I'll stick with the one that's wounded.
Okay.
Nice. All right.
Okay, so your final blow is also a hit, also does significant damage. The manticore looks enraged by the death of its companion. Raz, you are up. In a short time, a lot has happened.
Sorry, I'm just doing one thing.
hmm
So you actually still have an extra bonus action if you want to hit him in the head with the blunt.
Oh, I didn't know you get an extra.
Action surge gives you a another action and bonus action.
Okay.
Huh.
See, I'm learning what fighters do here. Oh,
Oh!
You're welcome.
thank you.
Holy shit.
Well, I mean, sad. Oh. So that critical hit did almost as much damage as your normal attack.
Oh, I messed that up. I should have just rolled it. So it really should be 5. Sorry.
5 what?
Well, there's 4 dice there. There shouldn't be.
Because you got a crit.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be a D1 or a D4, 1D4, not 4D4.
You accidentally doubled it before.
Yeah, I didn't let the program take care of it. I'm sorry.
Okay. Here's what I want you to do. Go up to the plus or minuses above the PC's button in the upper right. Select critical for damage and then roll a d4.
Okay.
And add to the modifier +4.
D4. Okay. I'm dropping on his head or just in the chat?
Just in the chat, I'll do it myself.
Okay.
Okay,
There
that's
we go.
not so bad. Creature goes to that value. Not bloodied this time. Okay, so Raz, it is actually your turn now.
Great. Raz is going to scream pocket glitter and cast fairy fire.
Excellent.
How do I target again? Is it shift or
Control. Okay, so it looks like Manticore number 1 gets the effect.
Then Raz is going to take the better, especially after revealing herself, is going to run.
Is there an effect that you're supposed to drop on them from the spell?
Oh, yeah. 1 second. There it goes.
Okay. So you run into that corner. Anything else?
Hoping to hell that they get downed before they touch me.
Okay.
Praying,
Um,
lots of praying.
Haleth rushes forward to take advantage of the creature affected by fairy fire. He swings off his fists, manages a hit, a decent amount of damage, and another swing, another hit, and this time a pretty significant output of damage as well. Creature's almost, the Manticore number 1 is almost as damaged as Manticore number 3 at this point. And now it is, in fact, time for Manticore number 1. At this point, I'm not sure how I'm gonna. I know what to do. There, that'll do. Okay, can everyone see that?
Nope.
Yes.
Well,
Flying? Is that
Under
what you mean?
effects, yes, I
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
25 feet off
Okay.
the ground. That way we'll know who's up how much, since there's no three-dimensionality to this. So the creature takes off. Haleth is going to try to get in a free hit as it alights, and he
Wow.
punches it in the collarbone for middling damage, but enough to make the creature go into bloody value. So worth it in the end. Now that it's taken off, it turns towards Raz and flicks a tail.
Oh.
That
And
might
how
be
long
a
is the
hit.
range?
Yeah, I know, right?
Stupid tail.
I'm just waiting to see if you shield or anything.
I don't have a shield. I don't have shield. So 1 second.
Oh, and you can mouse over the Manticore to see how far away you are from it.
Nope. I can't stop that.
Okay.
Hmm.
Then the first tail spike hits you for basically nothing. You succeed on your concentration. It fires off a third one, a critical miss. I don't even know how to narrate that one. And then it fires off a third, and that one's a hit. So ah. So it manages to impale you with that last tail spike, and that's enough to shake fairy fire off of it. Manticore number 3. He's going to attempt to bite Ivar again. He hits.
I will. Actually, I don't care.
Okay.
Oh, maybe I should have shielded.
Chomps on you for 10 damage. Swings a forepaw. Hits.
I should have shielded. I'm shielding that one.
Okay. And
Got
let's
greedy.
see if the wait, is the shield effect up?
Yes. Or no, it's. I can drag it, I guess.
Mhm.
Boop, boop. There we go.
Okay. I'm pretty sure I have to crit to get you this time. Yeah, probably.
And
So
how do I
anyway,
drag it off?
well, you don't have to do anything. I'll take care of it when the time
Okay.
comes.
It
It
should
should.
pop up on your next turn.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
So that means Azure, you're up next.
all right, just onslaught number 3.
Woo.
And I'll smite for the sky.
Gotta get the kill.
Try. Almost.
Wow. So the first strike is pretty brutal. It cuts a massive gash in the side of the creature, but the second strike that very nearly kills it outright. It's whimpering and kind of its legs are trembling under the weight of its own body. Sylvia, you are up.
So I think you guys know what's about to happen.
No.
Eldritch
Eldritch
Blast.
Blast.
Yeah, I'm a warlock. Of course, that's what's gonna happen.
I thought it was too obvious.
Boom.
Blast.
Blast.
So your blast hits the creature and it expires, as a good chunk of its form burns away to radiant light.
And of course, I've got a second one.
Oh no, not a second one. Uh,
Blast.
oh
Wow.
mercy. You're ravaging my body. So you fire off your second blast. It impacts the creature in the air and it kind of flaps back and forth for a moment before righting itself. It hisses and roars at you. Ivar, you are up.
All right. I will use second wind. Actually, I'll shoot at it first with firebolt. Yeah. And oh, that's somehow it.
Wow, I can't believe you hit with that.
Why did it do that?
Oh, you still have crit on.
Oh, sorry.
It actually was 12 plus 12 damage, so it's perfectly aligned to be half.
Yeah.
Perfectly balanced, as all things.
Go ahead and re-roll that when you're ready.
Oh, okay. I don't know how I had crit on that.
Oh, it was because of the modifier from last time.
Yeah, you still had the plus minus thing.
I see now. There we go.
Hey, regular old damage. Awesome. So your firebolt impacts the creature on the side. It seems a
And I'm
little
done.
distressed that you guys are actually able to hit it up in the air. What now?
I'm done.
Okay. We will shift this back up to Raz.
Raz is now realizing that she cannot run away, is just going to take the dodge action in the for corner. I'm done.
Okay.
I have one more turn till I get fireball and I'm actually effective in combat. One more level, sorry.
You do
Okay.
have a crossbow, you know.
Yeah, no.
Haleth has a sudden realization. You can see it dawn upon, across his face. And then all of a sudden, he scrunches it up like evil Superman and glares at the Manticore.
Oh,
It's
Oh,
a
it was gonna fall.
Oh,
man, it would have been
yeah.
so
What a
cool.
shame. That would have been really cool. I am actually
4
mad
seconds,
that that
1
didn't
second.
work. Damn you, monster.
I can't use cutting words on that. Damn.
Uh, hmm. Hmm. Well, he's going to be using it on Tailspike. The question is on whom? Yeah, I'll roll this. Oh, okay. Well, that answers that question. First Tailspike.
Did you apply disadvantage to all of its attacks?
What for?
I took the dodge action.
Oh, no, I didn't. So let me do disadvantage. Try that again. Okay.
Best meat
Wow.
shield!
You saw what it dropped, right?
No.
Nat 20.
Whew.
We're going to ignore that particular one because I accidentally dropped that on the creature itself. Next set of tail spikes.
Drat.
Oh shit.
Really?
Yeah, so it rolled the same number twice somehow. And then damage. Despite well, he has disadvantage and you are dodging. And fortunately for you, the tail spike barely hits. It's the most glancing of blows, and so there's just a light wound in your shoulder. But for the last one, make sure disadvantage is on. for the last tail spike. Is this the hero Manticore? It is not. So the Manticore
We'll flip.
finishes, and he doesn't have really any options, so he's just going to stay there. Azure, you're up. He's 25 feet in the air. What will you do? Oh, that's not good. Wow. So that was a javelin. You huck it, it impacts the creature. It's now got a javelin sticking out of it, and it really doesn't look happy. Don't you have a second attack action? Eric? Anybody?
Oh, sorry. I can only throw one.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay. Then Sylvia.
Eldritch kill.
Yep, you know it's coming.
At this
That's
point.
that is the
Oh.
wrong button. That was
Wow,
the
that's a
wrong
lot
button
of.
entirely.
It doesn't even need to roll attack. It's just an auto hit. Oh, it's too bad.
Yeah, that's a shame. You'll have to reroll damage with the next attack.
Oh, come on.
Yes.
Oh,
Well, there were those terrible rolls that I said were going to
yeah,
happen.
you jinxed yourself.
I did promise it.
Ivar, show her how it's done.
I will. We'll see. Ah, that's enough.
Marvelous. So, right. Your firebolt bolt impacts the creature. The flames start to spread across its skin, but it's already too late. It spirals and impacts the floor wetly.
Ew.
Uh, Azure is able to retrieve his javelin. Uh,
I'm rolling second wind now that we're out of combat. Just
okay, go ahead and roll for it.
You recharged that on a short rest, right?
yes.
Okay, good.
While you're doing that, I assume everyone else is going to take a look around.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you guys spread out to the three different piles of detritus that formed the Manticore beds. And here's what you managed to find. You find a chain shirt, a flail, a wooden flute, which is worth probably 2 gold pieces, a pouch containing 14 silver pieces and 29 copper pieces, another pouch containing 21 gold, and a silver necklace with a bloodstone pendant, probably worth 250 gold pieces. That's pretty nice.
I'll hold on to the bloodstone pendant and see if I can tools I can cast detect magic and identify on it.
Okay. Does anyone care about the flute or the chain shirt? Do you even want them?
I mean, does the chain shirt, is that going to be an improvement on me just casting mage armor on myself forever?
I don't know. Let me see what we got
It
here.
looks like it has the same.
Yeah, and I think I'm checking because this is the
Is your
important
dex
part.
bonus 2?
Mage armor.
It is 3.
Oh, then it would be negative for you.
Yeah. Yeah, you get full dex bonus with mage armor.
It's worth
So
50 gold.
yeah, and we can always stick it on Azure, or sorry, not Azure. Okoru if you care to.
I think we should.
All right.
Yeah.
It's
What
a good
about
idea.
the flute?
I see a bard over here.
I'll take the flute.
Raz now has it, and then distributing the remainder. Okay. Ivar, please add 1 gold piece, 4 silver piece, 4 copper piece to your character sheet.
Okay.
It seems only fair having taken all your coin. See here, and there we go. Can you guys imagine if Will had actually opened the door?
Well, were they sleeping?
No, I mean for the effect of the money loss.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
thank
Yeah,
goodness.
that would have been a pain in the ass for us.
Yeah.
889 copper, 230 silver, a platinum piece, and 41 gold. Yeah. So, anyways, right. Um, so you've searched through all of that. There doesn't seem to be much else to this room. There's lots of, claw marks and things of that nature. It looks like the manticores had sort of clawed at some of the doors to the what is that? The east, like the northeast and the top one and the central one. That's what I'm trying to say.
Looks like we got targets of investigation.
There's also doors to the south as well.
All right, this time, I'm going to cast invisibility on myself, and I know I can actually open a goddamn.
Oh, actually, everybody make me a survival roll.
Can I
Okie
put
dokie.
guidance on this?
hmm Well, actually,
Yeah.
in this particular case, don't bother because I'm trying to use it like passive perception, if you know what I mean. So, anyways, we got good rolls on it. It'll be okay. So one of the things that you notice is, obviously manticores are not super caring as far as their environment goes. There's lots of, discarded tail spikes. There's lots of bones. There's, hunks of previous meals. All of that makes this room a fairly dirty and smelly place. But most noteworthy of all is the fact that within 25 feet of the door southern door is perfectly clean. There are no claw marks there. There are no signs of footprints. There's no dirt or dust of any kind. There are no body left, chunk leftover things. Um, and that strikes you as suspicious. There was some reason that they were avoiding the southern door.
Southern door for last.
Okay. So move your character next to the door. You will open. Marvelous, marvelous.
And very specifically, looking for any gold sapping runes beforehand, and then opening it quietly.
Well, I'm gonna give you a tiny bit of bonus because you guys rolled really well on that. Let me just pull this up. I want to go to S. Okay.
Also, I seem to have a wand of secrets.
You do. But give me just a moment. Okay. So, you were talking about looking for gold zapping runes. The glyph created by Symbol is nearly invisible. It requires an intelligence investigation check versus against your spell save DC to find it. You're reasonably certain there's nothing here.
Cool. And I go quietly.
Right. What was the other thing you were doing? Because I think Oh, you cast invisibility and stealth. Got it. When you open the door, there's a hallway beyond, and I'm gonna reveal down here a little bit. Sure, what the hell? It heads to the south. There doesn't appear to be anything like there's a wall. Sorry, fucking
Bless you.
allergies. Thank you. Anyways, the wall to the north is relatively solid. It looks like the end. Um, there we go. Sorry. Anyways, that's it. So you move into the corridor and so you're 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Okay, I'm gonna go like that. And then I'm gonna go like that. Okay, so once you make it into the hallway, it mostly extends off to the south. The hallway does extend off to the east a little bit further. There are um, some sort of muddy scrapes it looks like on the floor, and they kind of lead towards that door where you came in. Um, but you're not sure what made them. They're not like footprints. It's like somebody had mud on the soles of their feet and then periodically like skated along one foot and then didn't and then did it again. You're very confused by it.
I make a nature check.
Definitely be survival to investigate like tracks and things like that on the floor. Okay.
Nope. City girl does not know what's going on.
Well, it smells absolutely awful. You and Ivan are or Ivar, I'm sorry, are discussing the tracks for a little bit, and you you sort of like gently with a gloved hand dab at it to see how it comes off the floor to see if you can learn anything about the material, and it becomes gritty. And Ivar, uh, his brow furrows, and he says, "Well, I think that's blood. I think some creature or meal must have been dragged along to this door, and every once in a while it was lifted off the ground, only to be lowered back to the ground, and and then fed to these manticores. And it's coming from that eastern passageway."
South first.
Okay. All right, let's see here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. And then, all right. Passageway continues even further to the south. It's quite long.
South or east?
Uh,
Evens odds.
Well, you kind of have to designate which is which first.
Even for east?
Yeah, I
Sure.
guess. Yeah.
That's fine. Thankfully, I am still well hidden, so
yeah,
off
it's
I go.
very well hidden.
All right, so and the passageway takes a turn up to the north. Once you hit that corner, why is that not coming up? There is a terrible, terrible smell um, in this room up ahead. Give me just a second. Uh, uh, Okay, not sure why that's the case. Um, so you smell some sort of putrid stench, and you can hear some sort of breathing coming up from the room ahead, but you don't see anything. Um, there's a bunch of that brownish streak along the floor, and that's about all you can tell.
Raz is going to walk back to everyone and very quietly say, "Sounds like something's breathing up there. I'm going to check it out."
Okay.
And then gonna go check it out.
Well, hold on. I'm gonna cast guidance on you for your stealth roll.
Ah. Well, he's already made his stealth roll. Because he whispered, he's okay. Doesn't need to re-roll it.
Yep, got to keep that
It'll
26.
be on. It'll be on whatever that next roll is.
Okay. Um, once you come around the corner,
Ooh.
there's a large creature with a loincloth on, and let me check. Um, it's kind of scratching at its belly. Um, it's in the northwest corner of the room. There are some sort of gnawed bones with bits of rotting meat attached to them. It seems like that meal has been there for a while, and this creature has not seen fit to remove it. Um, and so it, as you come around the corner, the creature takes a deep breath, and then suddenly it pauses, and then lets out a terrific belch, which the rest of the party can hear around the corner quite loudly. Anyways, the creature is obviously very large. It has green skin, warty skin, a long nose, a very toothy mouth, ratty hair, and very wickedly clawed hands.
Nature or Arcana?
Good question. I'm gonna go with nature for this one.
What I get guidance on that, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to make a huge difference. Does an 11 make it?
This is a nurse shark. You're absolutely positive of it.
All right, add a go. And I'm going to very quietly explain what I saw to everyone. And now that's obviously a nurse shark.
It's about to give birth, in fact.
A very pregnant nurse shark.
Yes.
Yeah. Somehow I don't think that's the case.
Wow, you had terrible lag there for a minute. It was very amusing. Well,
Does anyone else
regardless,
want to roll nature off of my description?
yeah, what you can just walk around the corner and shake hands with the nurse shark. Why, hello there, madam.
Can I make a performance check to describe it accurately enough so they don't have to look at it to identify it?
No, but wonderfully creative idea.
All right, Sylvia's gonna
Oh wait, no. I cast the cantrip minor illusion to make a minor illusion of it.
Granted, but that will remove invisibility.
That's fine. I'm
Okay.
not going to stay invisible against this thing.
Okay. All right. So you create an illusion of it. Anybody that wants to can make their roll.
Could someone please remove? I'm sorry, Alex. Did you remove invisibility?
Oh, yes. Okay. So, Ivar, despite the fact that it actually does have a number of sort of like nurse shark-like features, uh, the fact that it doesn't like that it can't stand on a single tail and yet has, two sort of webbed-looking feet, its coloration, a number of other features, you're fairly certain that this might either be a troll or some sort of aquatic troll. You're not quite sure whether it's a problem with Raz's sight that might need to get checked out by the nearest cleric. But if it is a troll, they are large, giant creatures, meaning giant as the race. They are chaotic evil. Um, they can see in the dark. Trolls are actually known for exceptionally keen smell, which is ironic given the normally rancid environments, I suppose, that they find themselves in. Trolls are also most noteworthy for regeneration, which I'm sure all of you knew. If the troll takes acid or fire damage, this trait does not function at the start of its next turn, and in fact, it can only die if it starts its turn with 0 hit points and doesn't regenerate. Other than that, it will savagely attempt to bite and rend its foes limb from limb.
So I think the choke point strategy of fireball and choke point sounds great for the not fireball, ball of whatever.
Flame and Sphere.
Yes.
Ball of nachos, got it. So,
Yeah, I kind of like that idea. Well, I like that one too, but
if you are
Also, was he wearing anything metal?
no, in fact, he doesn't even have uh, the only armor, air quotes, is the loincloth that he is wearing at present.
Someday I shall use that spell. Not today. All right, I'm
So
going to use bless.
Okay, just be aware that bless is the last thing, or sorry, the only thing that you can cast without initiating combat. It makes quite a bit of noise.
I mean, works. Is everyone else good for that?
Yeah, I just want to make
Sure.
sure nobody else has a spell they'd rather prioritize. That's all.
That's not gonna. Well, I'm gonna cast Shillelagh on myself just for good measure,
Uh,
but
uh, uh, only one spell can be cast before combat is initiated.
You're
It's
not going to
either
be meleeing anyway because of the strategy we have.
Yeah, I
okay,
think
fine.
if only one spell could be cast, the oh no, wait, he won't walk towards the flaming sphere.
Well,
So,
he's gonna have to.
oh, that's a good point. I wonder how stupid they are. Well, we'll find out, I guess. Do you want me to cast Bless, or do we want to cast Flaming Sphere?
Do bless first.
Okay.
okay. Everybody roll initiative while Will sets up bless.
So I'm gonna, yeah, Sylvia's good for that.
Thank you.
One, two, three, four. Okay, that looks like all the initiatives. There we go. And to start the round is Haleth. Because you guys were discussing strategy beforehand, I'll give you a very slight advantage. To make sure that I'm conforming with other intended actions, do you want Haleth to charge in there, stay back, or what?
I think he can charge in because even if he goes right next to the troll, Azor and I can still block off the side.
Okay. 5, 10.
See, I was thinking he would hold the line, but okay.
Well, I mean, he's such a soak. Why not just get him in there? Does it matter?
Yeah, it's not like he can die easy.
That's all
Yeah,
he
he'll
can
just
get to.
regenerate if he gets hit by the sphere anyway.
He can only get this far. So he makes it to
Oh,
here.
okay.
Azor, you are up. Actually, you know what? If he's going to get that far, he's not going to block the passage for Azor, so he'll go to there instead.
Okay.
Yeah, then I can go diagonally through here without taking 2 steps, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, because then I can zigzag through here, and I have just enough movement to get to here.
Well done. You charge around the corner, and the troll had been in the process of getting up, and it, it's. Go ahead, roll.
Well,
Wow. Oh, there we
There you
go.
go.
Yeah, I was about to say, what happened to your dice? So, you slash at the creature with your greatsword. The first blow is turned aside as it deflects your blow, but the second one causes a slash mark into its arm, which is already starting to knit itself closed. Raz, you are up.
Okay.
It sounds like Azor may have actually wounded the creature.
Can I see it from here?
Hmm.
I'm going to call it a bad name.
Okay. It fails.
And it has disadvantage on its next attack roll, and then I'm going to retreat behind Ivar.
Wait a
I'm
minute.
done.
Well, I'll just try to remember, I guess. Ivar, you are up.
So I'm gonna go to the maximum range because I have reach to attack him. So I can attack him from here, right?
Hmm.
Okay. And I'll attack him again.
Whew.
And I'll hit him
Nice.
with the blunt end.
Another hit.
Okay.
Well done.
That's my turn.
So you come around the corner, and just the instant you do, you come out swinging. Blow after blow after blow from the halberd quickly shreds the troll, who has very little natural armor to protect itself because it normally relies on regeneration, but it's actually bloodied from that barrage. Sylvia, you are up.
And I am, of course, going to cast Flaming Sphere.
Ah, but where?
That's a good question. Honestly, and I'm sorry, Azure, but do you mind if I put it diagonally next to you on the troll?
Sure.
Diagonally.
Yeah, on the troll's northeastern square.
Okay.
That way, if the troll tries, well, you know what? Actually, that doesn't make sense. I can just roll the thing around it. I'll
Which
try not to get.
honestly is a troll's fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, the
Anywho,
fire's following me.
it doesn't let me do shit.
What are you
It's
trying
not
to do?
letting me make a square.
You
How
have
big of a
to
square
you have
do
to
you need?
pull it out. You have to pull it out from the point that you try to create it, and then once it gets to 5 feet, that's when you're gonna stop. You can't just click on a square and get a 5 foot pointer of some sort. You have to drag it. And then I would create it for you myself, but I don't think you can move my pointers.
How big is it? I can just move it for you if you'd like me to, Christine.
I got it.
There it is.
I figured it out.
Okay. Uh, I'm fairly certain the answer is yes, as it's just a literal gaseous flaming ball. It can occupy the same square as other creatures.
Oh shit! No, it has to say unoccupied. 1 second.
Let me move the troll for a second so you can get that easier. There you go.
How about there? That works.
That works. Okay, so a bright flaming ball pops into existence. Now, does it have an on creation effect for the troll?
It does not actually. As long as the troll is ending its turn within 5 feet of the sphere, it's got to make a Dex saving throw, but it'll take fire damage regardless.
Okay.
So as long as we pin it in that corner, it'll take the damage and not heal.
Okay. Anything else, Sylvia?
I've got bonus actions, so just in case, I'll cast Shillelagh on myself.
You really want to melee?
I really don't, but everything tends to rush me.
Well, I have Sentinel.
Yeah, I don't think it literally can rush you at this point.
Yeah, it's kind of trapped.
So the only time it takes damage is when it ends its turn next to it, right?
Right.
Hmm. Hmm.
No, I can ram the sphere into it
Oh,
on
okay.
my.
Oh, okay. Well, still, but like, if those are the only two conditions on which it takes damage, then the troll runs for it, makes a turn around Azure. Now, I'm double checking on something here.
It just left Ivar's Britain's
Right.
space.
Does he have threatened reach? I know that
No.
you definitely have 10-foot reach, but there's actually a specific ability that gives you the ability to threaten 10 feet away. You can reach for
I
sure.
think it's
I'm
Polearm
checking your
Mastery.
abilities. You take the attack action only with a glaive, blah, blah, blah. Bonus action melee. That's not it.
When they enter, okay, not when they exit.
Right, and that's why
Yeah.
Polearm Master and Sentinel go together.
No, it just says you can make an opportunity attack when a hostile creature that you can see moves out of your reach.
Where?
in opportunity attacks. That's the literal rules text.
Hmm. Have I mixed up my additions again? Hold on a second.
We're playing 19th edition.
Thank you. Are you fucking kidding me? Wait a minute, wait a minute. Ah, here we go. Oh, okay. Yeah. First of all, it was a fourth edition thing. Second of all, because it was a fourth edition thing, which was the last edition, everyone else was confused about it as well. Mike Merles, who is one of the secondary designers for this game, weighed in and said that it does trigger on 10-foot reach. So I will copy this into the rules thing. Go ahead with your attack. Let's see here. Rules. Rulings. Wait, what was this?
Holy shit.
Sorry.
Okay. I don't know what happened just yet, so give me a second.
He took 20 from a crit.
Ooh. There
And
we
that
go.
would have stopped his movement as well.
Because of Polar Master?
Yeah.
Sentinel.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sentinel says whenever you hit a creature with an opportunity attack, its speed drops to 0 for the rest of the turn. This stops any movement that it might have been taking.
Okay. Then it will try to hit Azure. It succeeds. And hits for 11 points of damage.
Did you have disadvantage on that?
Nope. Nope, 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 nope. So let me undo
Oh,
all of
wow.
that.
That crit.
Good, good, good. Yes, this is already working out much better. We can see.
Yeah.
Woo.
Uh,
Oh no, it
uh-huh.
only gets disadvantage on the first attack.
Yeah, only the first one.
Sorry,
So
it's
maybe
only
you
on
still
the
get
first
that.
attack.
Okay.
I believe in your crit.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a crit again for sure. Well, at
Well,
least I
you-
hit. So I'm just gonna go with the damage I originally dealt, so I don't have to
There
undo
you
it.
go. There you
And
go.
then attempts to bite you, succeeds.
Wow.
There we go. Middling damage for the hero troll. Nope.
It takes
Its
damage.
turn.
It's next to the flaming sphere.
Well, it has to roll a dex check.
Right.
It gets an 18.
The save is, well, I'll roll the save on. Save is 15 anyway. So it will only take yeah, it only takes 2 fire damage.
Okay,
But
so do you remember where you went
that's
for
enough.
crit? You can go there and press the half next time.
Oh, okay.
But does it by any chance take double damage from fire?
Bless.
I'm,
Bless you.
I'm looking. No, actually, strangely enough, it does not.
Really?
I think mainly it's just to keep it from healing.
Which is important, don't get me wrong. But anyways, let's see here, 5, 15, 20, 25. Aleph charges into the room and swings at it with his fist. Oh,
Whoa.
That's where the Curl's crit went.
Yeah. Good
he
grief.
gives a very savage uppercut and damages the
The
troll
great puncher.
family jewels quite badly. The creature howls in pain, and he goes in for round 2.
Holy shit!
I swear he's screaming, "Only I can regenerate!"
Oh, good grief.
Oh my god! Oh my god! So
Aleph is a beast.
Haleth, in a moment of like pure rage, comes around the corner and he's seething and he reaches up and does this massive uppercut, hits the creature in the nuts, and then as it doubles over in pain, crying out, he shoves his fist up through the underjaw of the creature, punching its brains out. It dies on the spot, its wound smoking. And Haleth kind of, and then he sees everyone looking at him, and he goes, "I'm terribly
Settle down,
sorry.
big fella.
Raz is going to clap.
I've had
Yeah.
some
He's
very
going to
bad
motion them
experiences
to
with
clap.
trolls in my past, and that was very cathartic."
Troll hater Gallon. I like it.
Sylvia begins clapping.
He takes a embarrassed bow. Um, so the
Sylvia also winds up. Well, hold on.
I'm holding.
Yeah, I was just moving the sphere.
Oh,
And damaging Eric.
okay.
Oh, you can just cause the sphere to go away.
Right.
So, anyways, the troll actually is surprisingly combustible. So that's the thing that happens. Um,
Wow.
it's yeah, it's very dead. You guys are quite sure because its skin kind of crackles, and you didn't think the smell could get worse in here, but here we all are. Yeah, was taking a search around the room. This creature actually didn't even really have a bed. Um, it just kind of was here. Yeah, there's nothing to find.
All
Ado,
right.
are you doing okay as far as health is concerned?
Actually, I'll just use lay on hands 18 myself.
Okay.
That works.
Do we want to go down the rest of that hallway or?
I'm going to flick out the Wand of Secrets,
Oh,
and
okay.
because I want to use it, I'm going to use it.
Okay. I should probably know what that does. Let me see here. DMG. I'm fairly certain I know what it does, but it's like pretty important that you actually know. Secret. Nope, that's not it. Secret door. Excuse me. You go. You pull the wand out. Press into it to activate it, and let it lay flat upon your hand, hoping that it will act like a compass needle. Um, the tip glows a sky blue color for a moment, um, and then the sky blue color disappears and it does not move. You assume that means that there are no traps in the area,
Hmm,
or
Eh,
secrets for that matter.
works for me. Shall we
cool.
continue south?
Okay. Are you keeping track of charges?
I just don't want to stay in
Yes.
this smelly ass room.
Okay.
I have under location, I'm putting the amount of charges so that we can, anytime we take a long rest or 24 hours pass, I recharge.
Okay.
Okay.
So, what
I'm
am I
going
do?
to I have 1 second level spell slot left, so I'm going to redo my invisibility check. Would you mind giving me guidance?
You got it.
Sorry, 1 second.
Okay. So
Raz literally disappeared.
as Raz fades into the background, he travels a far, far distance down to the south, and once you make it there, hold on. 5, uh, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Okay, so you can see that far. And then
Hmm.
15, 25, 35, 45, 55, 60. Right about there. Okay. So the tunnel splits off, and one heads off to the east, and another tunnel heads off to the south. Um, and so um, I'm trying to look and see if there's any particular sounds or smells that you get a sense of. Uh,
Let's see.
Okay.
I walk towards the sneezing.
Um, okay. Anyways, uh, right. You don't sense any particular. There's a little sense of light off to the east. There's none off to the south. There are no other noteworthy smells or sounds coming from any of those directions.
And to very carefully walk south.
Okay. Okay. I'm checking. Right. And then check here. Okay. All right. I've got all the info I need. There. Yep. This passageway turns off to the east as well. And once you make it here, you see that the passageway actually continues off a little bit to the north after a ways, and there's a door to the south. Okay. So once you make it into to this point, you can see in the room to the north um, that there is the tail end of a 5 foot wide stone table that is flanked by stone benches with a little stone stool on the western end that you can see. You can also see that there are some iron rods designed to hold tapestries that are bolted to the walls near the ceilings.
Hmm.
But the tapestries have either been torn away or have crumbled to dust, and the rods are bare. They actually seem in surprisingly good condition, and yeah, so that's what you see off to the north. And you don't smell or hear anything else. Okay. Once you come into this room, um, there are two stone tables here. They're about 20 feet long. They're 5 feet wide. They have long benches. Um, and as you're sort of like looking around the room, um, you happen to spot a copper tankard. It has a hinged lid, and it's actually very lovingly crafted. It seems that whatever liquids it once held have long, long since evaporated, and that's probably for the best because it's left this tankard in good condition. And considering that it has such lovely craftsmanship, you could probably sell it for a good 25 gold pieces. So I'm going to stick that
Mm,
on Okoru.
Not bad at all.
However, the room is otherwise devoid of any other treasure. There are certainly no bodies. And interestingly enough, all of the benches and the stools and the tables are all arranged quite neatly um, and seem as if they've been undisturbed for quite some time.
Those rods for hanging the tapestries, you said those were in fairly good shape, right?
Yeah, they're up near the ceiling.
What are they made of?
Iron.
Oh, surprised they're in this.
What?
No, like I would
No, you
think they would have rusted.
you have terrible lag, um, and I couldn't understand you. No,
Oh,
so to your great surprise, they do not have any rust on them whatsoever. This area is the atmosphere is fairly dry. There aren't any standing pools of water, so nothing seems to have rusted it. It's been preserved, as it were, for probably centuries, if not thousands of years. Anyways, the door before you lays closed. What will you do?
look for any stupid runes or traps, then open it very quietly.
That's a separate roll for each. Perception for traps and investigation for runes.
guidance
I,
on.
Ah, and your guidance can only apply to one roll or the other.
I mean, okay, fair. Um, I will take the guidance for the Oh, actually, you know what? I'll take the guidance for the traps. You said perception for.
For traps and investigation for
You can use
runes.
secrets for traps too, right? The one?
Yes, actually, it would indicate any traps. But here's the other thing. It will only indicate traps that you could actually see. So
Okay.
if there was a trap on the other side of the door, like a bear trap or something,
Mhm.
since you can't see it, even though you're within range of it, it will not point it out to you. So I just want to make that clear. So the only thing you would get an indication on would be the door.
Mhm.
Okay, so I see both checks. You use your perception check, and it's a little hard to get a good sense of the edges of this door. It's set in kind of tightly, so you're pretty certain there aren't any traps, but it's tough to be 100% certain. As for your investigation of the door, um, the last room that you saw was really quite large. It was about 8 feet across, and this door is 5 feet across. Now, there's nothing to indicate that the runes can't be scaled down, but it's a lot less of an area to sort of go over with a fine-tooth comb, as it were, and you feel pretty certain that there's nothing here.
All right, gonna open the door.
Okay. Uh, well, um,
I
that's
saw that, Sylvia.
That's odd. Um, the door to this room doesn't open easily. It's not a problem of it being locked. Something on the other side seems propped up against the door, but like, if someone had taken a chair and jammed it up against the door handle as a way of sort of preventing you from getting in, you wouldn't get any give at all. Okay? But in this particular case, you're getting some give, you just don't quite have enough force to shove the door open.
Oh, Hallis or Ivar.
Haleth
Or
walks up to the
Angel.
door, and his rippling muscles flex, and he shoves. The door slams open with a surprising amount of force.
Wow.
It actually, kind of cracks in its frame a bit. Um, Haleth makes a very disgusted face, and as Sylvia walks around behind him to see what's up, there's a maggot-eaten corpse of a female dwarf adventurer wearing tattered leather armor and a matching leather skull cap. And in one skeletal hand, she clutches a dagger, and in the other, an empty tin flagon. And on the bench in the room is her burglar's pack, and it's kind of spread out all over the place. And I'll reveal the room in a second, but the corpse is absolutely foul.
Yep.
But she was also
S-
propped up against the door, and so when he shoved, it kind of caused the body to go flying and the maggots to go
Mhm.
all over the room, and now they're all kind of scurrying about in a panic.
Gonna
Any
check around the room.
So when you check around the room, I mentioned some of the things that you found, but her pack could be summarized as a burglar's pack from the PHB, except that it doesn't have a lantern and it doesn't have any flasks of oil. So I have that gear. If anyone wants either the dagger or the air quotes burglar's pack, I can assign that to your inventory.
Hang on, I'm going to look that up.
No need. I go like this. Bloop.
Bearings, crowbar.
I'll take it.
Okay. So, do you guys want the dagger? It doesn't seem to be anything special.
I'll hold on to it for good measure.
Okay. Give this to Sylvia. I mean, worst comes to worst, you can always throw it. And distribute. Okay. So you search around the rest of the room. It looks like upon investigating the corpse, um, your there's no sign of wounds. Oftentimes there are cuts in the bone where metal weapons would have pierced through and clipped against the skeletal structure, but there isn't any of that. So whatever she died of, it was not well, it wasn't a weapon.
God damn it. One more level till speak with dead.
Mm.
I
We
get
can gain a
everything
level
from
whenever
level
you want.
6.
Yeah, they actually know where the exit is. So, anyways, assuming that you care to explore the rest of this, there's still stuff off to the sort of north and then the east, and there's also that set of double doors leading down to the south.
Still invisible because I got an hour of this shit.
Okay.
Would you like a new stealth roll?
Well, you didn't actually do anything with the door, so well, actually, no, you're okay. Um, so as soon as you step into this room, you sense that uh, the room reeks, and there are piles and piles of rotting meat atop tables in this room. Um,
Hmm.
the tables once had chairs around them, but they've all been flung off in a variety of different directions. Um, but there are these hunks of meat on rather unremarkable but large ceramic plates, some of them ovular, some of them circular. And it's just such a strange thing to see because there's like four tables and they're just piled up about 7.5 feet high with
Hmm.
just hunks of rotting meat. And actually, it looks kind of similar and smells kind of similar to some of the stuff that the troll was eating when you encountered it or had recently eaten, I should say. So yeah, uh, the passageway here creeps off to the north and then goes a little bit off to the east, and then terminates in a collapsed section at the end.
Investigating the collapse section. Nothing interesting.
You search around, and first investigating to actually make sure that this is a collapsed section. You gently try pressing your hand through uh, the illusion to find that it is not illusory. This is actually a collapsed section, and then sort of digging around in the rocks for a little bit, you don't see any signs of anything shiny or any bones or anything other than rock and soil. So you lose interest pretty quick.
Yoink.
Okay, so heading down this way, the passageway up to the north. Another collapsed section, but also a door. Huh. This door is made of green wood. Like imagine if you've ever seen well, have you ever seen a sapling that's been sort of cut in half?
Yes.
Yeah, that kind of green. The entire door is made out of it. Mounted on the front of the door is a cast iron carving of a smiling, bearded face. It has a vaguely sinister appearance, um, and it kind of creeps you out a little bit.
Grabbing everyone to come see the door.
Let me grab Haleth.
Got him.
Oh, thank you.
An Arcana check to see if the door is somehow magical.
Mm.
The door is not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to investigate and perceive for traps and magical items. How about
Giving guidance to you for that.
Pick one for your guidance.
traps?
Okay. Okay. So when it comes to the possibility of a symbol, uh, you're not certain, but you think that symbols kind of have to be on flat surfaces. So the three-dimensional nature of this particular door tends to indicate that that probably means that it's symbol free. Um, but symbols are also seventh or eighth level magic, so like the spell save DC that you have to beat to find them is very high. That said, as far as whether or not this door is trapped, uh, like I said, the face kind of creeps you out a fair bit, but it also makes it really difficult to search the door because you're not sure if there's something in the mouth, if there's something around the edges, yada, yada, yada. There's a lot of spots to check, and you check everything you can think of, but you still have a niggling feeling that you could possibly be missing something.
Wand of Secrets says hello.
So you cast your last charge from the Wand of Secrets.
Nope. I've only used it once.
Okay. You cast your charge from the Wand of Secrets. It glows sky blue for a moment and then blinks out.
Right. Well, I will try and open the door.
Opening the door reveals a 10-foot closet. There's some shelves on all three of the walls. They're bare, and there is a small rat hole off to the east, and that's about it.
Looking in the rat hole.
Looking in the rat hole allows you to see a fair mountain of rat dung that carpets the hole. It looks like rats have lived in here for ages. It smells like it too.
Nothing interesting in it though. They didn't drag something in with them.
Nope. I mean, it's barely the size of your fist, so it's not an awful lot of space to occupy. But this also means that there is only one place left that you have not investigated.
Yay!
All right. Southern door it is.
Okay. Mm, mm, mhm, mm. Okay, so once you make it to the set of southern double doors, what will you do?
Again, Sylvia Raz comes.
Okay, await your rolls. Ooh, that's a pretty good roll. That is not a good roll. Um, so
Particularly, the
while
traps one was the one that I cared about.
I bet, fortunately for you, there are definitely no traps in these doors. They're big, they're double, but they're also fitting a little bit loosely into their frame. In fact, on this side of the door, rather than a handle that you would twist and the bolt that draws back, there's actually just a metal. What's the word for it? It's like a little bar. It kind of loops in. You push it up over the top in a 180-degree arc, and then it rests in a holster on the other side, and then you just switch it back the other way in order to open the door. So that makes it really easy to see that there are definitely no traps in here because there is a lot of space between both the doors and the doors in their frames, yada yada yada. Now, you are super nervous because you saw that Eldaroon before and it was on double doors, and these are double doors, and you've done your damnedest to check for them, but you cannot find any clear indication that there are or aren't symbols on this door.
Looking over at Haleth pleadingly.
Well, at least I have nothing left of value, he says, and glares at you a little bit. He walks
She just
down.
makes a little heart with her, being like, we love you, and we're helping you get your revenge so you can die peacefully."
Haleth groans a little bit, and for a moment he sounds an awful lot like a zombie. Um, he presses open the double doors and winces as he does so. On the other side, hold on a
Dun,
second.
dun, dun.
On the other side, I want to check something real quick. Okay. On the other side, just beyond the doors, um, in fact, I'm going to put down a little pointer so you can see right where it is. Right here. Okay. On the other side, just beyond the doors, 10 feet in, you see the desiccated corpse of an unusually large. My mistake. There we go. That's more like it. Unusually large basilisk that lies in the middle of the floor on its back with its shriveled tongue hanging out and all 6 feet sticking up into the air. Clutched in one of its clawed feet is a transparent orb. End of description.
Let's roll Arcana on the orb.
I'll let you
Oh
hold
yeah.
on to those rolls, but do keep in mind that this is A, a large basilisk, B, it's on its back, and C, its claws are sticking up in the air. So any ability that you would have to investigate the orb would depend on you climbing up there to get it.
Oh, please. Mage Hand says hi.
Actually, let's see if that's true. Damn it, it's true. I had to check the weight. So you manage to use Mage Hand, and it floats up there, and it very awkwardly sort of grasps the globe and then pulls it down. This thing's about the size of a basketball, if I'm not mistaken. And wait, it says what? Well, that's a mistake. Okay. Anyways, you pull the globe down, and everybody sort of gathers around it for a minute to try to discern what it is, and you think you figured this out. It's a small sphere of thick glass. It weighs about a pound, and it has some sort of deep inner glow. You're pretty certain that this is what's called a drift globe. If you're within 60 feet of it and speak its command word, you can cause it to emanate the light or daylight spell. Once used, daylight can't be used again until the next dawn. You can speak another command word as an action to make the illuminated globe rise into the air and float no more than 5 feet off of the ground. The globe hovers in this way until you or another creature grasps it. If you move more than 60 feet from the hovering globe, it follows you until it is within 60 feet of you. It takes the shortest route possible to do so. If prevented from moving, the globe gently sinks to the ground and becomes inactive, and its light winks out.
May I have that?
Oh, by the
Does it
way,
require you to attune to it?
no, not at all.
And secondly, can everyone see in the dark?
No.
Yes. Oh, really? Oh, right.
Uh,
Half.
Sylvia can human.
Oh, okay.
Sylvia can human?
It's human.
So Sylvia cannot, she's human?
That
Sorry, you're
might
just cutting out, Christine.
maybe the chat would be the
God
best way to
damn it.
go. Like Azure.
Yeah, I
Okay.
am a Duergar, so I have super dark vision.
Okay.
My
Um,
thought was I think that this should probably go to Sylvia then, because that's very useful.
Right.
okay. So then let me drop this into here and I'll assign it to Sylvia. Um, and then also feel free to make up your own command word if you like. There we go. And
I'm
bloop.
gonna look something up so that I can figure that out.
You saw the picture of it, right?
Yep.
Okay. Anyways, this creature's corpse actually manages to fill most of the space. You can kind of squeeze around it if you want to. There's definitely space. Okay. Let me grab.
Might as well use the invisibility while I got it.
Indeed.
Oh wait, nope, never mind, not invisible anymore. I forgot, I cast Mage Hand. I'm fucked. Well, that was a stupid on me.
Fortunately, there doesn't actually seem to have been anything beyond.
Could you remove the invisibility effect?
Oh, yeah, no problem. Before we forget about it, after all. Um, okay. So once you make it to here,
So, by the way, Sylvia, if you use that sphere in my range, you will dazzle me as a Duergar. So,
he means the daylight portion,
right,
just to be super specific
Right.
and clear.
right. Just,
I'm
just
only gonna use that in a
Okay.
right.
So, in this room, from what you can see from here anyways, the ceiling is 60 feet high. There are there's some statues far, far into the room, further than you can really see from here. So I can't give you any details on that. There are some alcoves along the wall that are a bit closer to you. Um, a number of them, except for the one that you can see that has the star on it, seem
Mhm.
to have gotten toppled and smashed to pieces in the past. Um, and there's one that seems to remain intact, It's made from a glistening black stone. You think it might be onyx? Um, okay. So once you move into the room, I'm going to double check on something. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 60. So you're still too far from the statues to really get an accurate view. You're going to have to move at least 15 feet closer to them in order to make out much of anything. Because again, you are using your dark vision.
Screw it. I'm going to take
Can we use? Sorry to interrupt, but can we use my dark vision because mine's double?
Oh, the 120 feet? Sure thing.
Yeah.
So let me just get this last little bit then.
Just since you're no longer invisible, I don't think me carrying the kitchen will matter.
nope.
And actually, let me get this little tiny bit over here just for my perfectionist. That's not it. Okay, so now that you've made it further into the room, okay, this is a lot to read, so bear with me. To the south, you can see all of those stars. Those represent 11 lifelike statues in a variety of poses that are clustered together in the south end of the room. I mentioned the toppled statues.
Mhm.
I see. Da, 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 da. From here, you can also see that one statue I mentioned that has a sheen to it. Its features are difficult to discern. There's something about the stone in particular that I guess doesn't work well with dark vision or something, but it's specifically listed in here. Now, as for the other statues to the south, the much larger cluster, you see a male human, a male half orc, a female elf, two male halflings, two kobolds, three goblins, and what looks like a giant petrified carrion crawler, perhaps? If not, it's an exceedingly lifelike statue.
Bet you anything, this is just the basilisk turning stuff to stone.
Yeah, it's trophy room. You know
Well,
what I vote? I vote we go gain a level.
Yeah, there's not much we can do for these guys anyway.
certainly not until you gain that level.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, if there are no further protestations, we are going to do
Are there
away.
any things we haven't explored, or can we come back? Is a question.
You will not be able to come back. Once you leave this place, the dungeon will shift and the layout will not be the same. It may, in fact, actively be harmful to attempt to travel backwards.
Okay, so just making sure.
The only space that you didn't investigate was a tiny space that you knew contained monsters that sounded like it might be a tough fight. So that was a decision that was made while you were away, to
It's fine.
just opt out of it. So aside from that, no, every single area of this floor has been investigated. Congrats.
Did we
Um,
ever figure out where the head of that statue was?
can you be a little more specific?
There is around the entrance area, down to the south of it, there was a
Yeah.
statue without a head instead of
Yeah,
Marky Gray.
there's that cave tunnel that goes in behind it, right?
Yes.
No one looked for the statue head, so you never did locate it. But you're going to be passing by that way again. Do you care to search for it?
Yes.
Okay. So everybody travels on down to the south. Don't worry about moving yourselves in the map. I'm going to
Okay.
delete it in a second. You search through some of the stone debris near that statue, and so the statue itself, and I don't know if I mentioned this before, is a statue of a nude woman, I should say, single woman. Um, you clear the rubble a bit around the statue, and you find this what has to be the statue's head. It fits perfectly otherwise, but it is a cobra head with its fangs bared, which fits on top of a naked human woman's body for some reason.
Do we want to put it back on, or do we just want to leave it?
You guys know what I'd vote. I don't want to die again.
I will put it back on the body if no one else if no one has any what's it called
Yeah, I'll just stay
protestation.
away from you.
Yeah, you can run. Feel free.
Oh,
Okay.
that's what I need. All right, I'm looking to find the map. We're not going to play too much longer, but I just want to at least get it up so that you guys can see a little bit of the front spot. And let's see here. Save it to your bar. Those monsters. Maps. Here we go. All right, so now I'm going to override that one and override that one. Okay. Let me also put a mask on this. And then, ooh. Okay. There we go. I'm going to take a second to also populate your characters on the next floor.
Well, it sounds like we're not dying because Alex is populating our character.
Well, yeah, nobody died.
That's an improvement.
The stairs are not that treacherous, fortunately for you.
Oh, I meant after putting the head back on the statue.
Oh, you voted to do that. I missed that part. I was too busy. No, when you place the head back onto the statue, um, it sits there for a moment, and everybody actually kind of holds their breath. Like there's been a lot of tension around things like this in the past, and there is a sharp sound of stone cracking for a minute, but it turns out that's really just the weight of this thing being placed back onto its broken off section. Nothing happens, and ultimately everybody breathes a massive sigh of relief. All right, this is the next floor. You
Good
descend.
God!
Oh yeah, you descend the stairs for an exceedingly long period of time. And it's actually 9:30, so this is still the perfect place to stop. But you finally gotten to a point where you can see there's just two more landings, and then up ahead there is a passageway that leads off to the east, and another one that continues off to the south. And that's where we'll pick up next Monday.
Yay, we made it.
Yay.
Oh, could you pop that that map open one more time? I'm gonna drag it to my bar.
Oh, sure. And in fact, you have all leveled. That doesn't have to be handled right now, but I'm going to leave the server open for a little bit. I have to run around and do some chores anyways. I'll turn it off around 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Sylvia asked Haleth to write a letter to anyone outside the dungeon he'd want to inform of his fate, puts it in the bucket, da-da-da-da-da. Oh, that's very sweet. Yeah, Haleth will borrow a book. You guys have like 8 or 9 packs from different adventurers, so I'm sure you can find like a quill and old journal of some sort that you can write in. And so you kind of walk along as he writes, and it takes like 45 minutes to descend these stairs. Like they go deep. So yeah, you now will have a letter from Halaster that is um, for a named person up in Waterdeep. Actually, I'm sorry, not Halaster, Haleth Garkey, his sister, Meriden Garkey. So, like I said, I note informing
So
anyone who
yeah,
cares.
I'm specifically
Ah.
putting that in the bucket and sending it back up to the bar.
Oh, okay. In order for it to go up at all, you actually have to give them a gold piece.
Whatever.
Yeah, I know. It's not. It's a huge imposition, and I'm sure the party will be feeling the loss for some time.
I'll just pay it myself.
Wait a
No, I
minute.
can pay it. I kind of used him
Skills,
um
abilities.
a dummy, so it's at least.
Oh, whew. Okay. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for playing. I will see you next week for more anti-social isolationism D&D. Actually, reload.
Yay.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night.